So here we are at Myrie Hall, one of the most spectacular ruins, I think, in the district. And we think in its earliest incarnation it was a monastery built sometime in the 8th, 9th century. The bit that we're looking at is actually the oldest part of the building, but whether it's the monastery we don't know, and we can tell it's the oldest part by the architecture. If you wander around the site, you can see the different phases of masonry as it went up. However, legend has it that in the 8th, 9th century it was occupied by Culdee monks, and that it's thought at one time St. Margaret Canmore of Dunfermline, St. Margaret, came up here for a spiritual retreat. She would have come much later, as she was a much more of a Catholic faith, so it would have moved on from that period. However, the Venerable Bede had a problem with the Culdees, in that they were not of the true faith, that they were half pagan, half Christian. And it's important to remember that in history very little is black and white, and that in things move slowly, traditions change. So, you know, these were still in touch with their possible pagan past, and included it or brought it into modern Christianity in some ways. We still celebrate certain festivals that the Culdees would have partaken in. Now, a couple of the giveaway telltale signs for an old monastery is that it's generally built on top of a hill, and indeed Myrie Hall is, and I'll make a short video and post it here just to show you the spectacular view we get from up here. It's also thought that most of these monasteries were built on prime estate, and that they would have a lot of amenities. Now we know that down to my left hand side, you might hear it in the background. You can hear the river flowing and a waterfall down there, which is very beautiful. But also, right in front of us, we have a well, so that whoever lived here, the monks, possibly had their own water supply outside the door. Again, this would be almost like, you know, prime estate really to live in. It's also thought that they built their monasteries in line with old pagan symbols that link with the past. And I'm going to just wander around the corner if we can. At the same time, we can have a little look at some of the scenery as we go round. Those spectacular views. Craig Lusker down there, folks. We'll just wander down, and as you can see in the distance, you can see the Lomans coming into view. Absolutely gorgeous. Sunset. The last known occupant to have lived here was known as one Surab Miller, who was a pig farmer, and that Mr. Miller moved out sometime in the 1960s, 70s. I think he's been gone for about 70 years now, and this is one of the later buildings, so I would suggest that Surab lived here, and since then it's gone into disrepair. But going back to that point about being built, monasteries being built in line with old pagan monuments, if we take a look about the centre of the picture there, that last tree you can see in the distance, just directly below it is what we think of as a standing stone. Now, standing stones in folklore are thought to have been built on ley lines, and that in some ways, in a link with the past, they would build their churches directly in line with said ley lines. So if we take a look here, just swing it round, we can see that it falls directly in line with the old part of Myrie Hall. Thanks very much for listening, folks. If you've got any theories, questions, thoughts, please get in touch with us at Saline Heritage and District Heritage Society, or drop me a line below and let me know what you think. Thanks for listening again, everybody. See you soon. Bye bye.